Hey guys, welcome to Chat with KST. It's your girl Kay, and today we're going to be discussing what Dr. Umar had to say about Erica K. Williams. You know, you heard Charlemagne last time talking about Paige and Dr. Umar, Paige and Dr. Umar. So we got Dr. Umar here and on the line, and we're going to discuss what Dr. Umar had to say. Okay, and I am definitely being facetious, but nonetheless, let's jump into it. But before we do, I just do want to advise my YouTube family that because this is a podcast, you won't be able to see much of any visuals, but stick around for the podcast. Let's listen to what Dr. Umar had to say about what Ebony K. Williams had to say about bus drivers.
Erica K. Williams. What's the sister who was on there with Charlemagne and Envy today? Very well spoken sister. What's her name? I seen her. What's the sister's name, brothers and sisters? Ebony. Ebony K. Williams. Well spoken sister. She made some great points, but dear Ebony, that's not what you was talking, sweetheart. That's not what you was talking. You was on some talented 10th bullshit, and you tried to take it back to the community this morning, sister. See, we can't talk out both sides of our mouth. We can't talk out both sides of our mouth, sister. We can't talk out both sides of our mouth. I didn't disagree with much of what you said today, but that's not what you said the other day, sister. You was talking down to working class blacks. You are a bourgeoisie. You are a bourgeoisie feminist, and I hope to God you wasn't engaged to a white man, because I thought somebody said you was engaged to a white man. Ebony, I better not find out your ass was swimming in the milk. If I find out your ass was swimming in the milk, I'm going to lose a lot of respect for you, sister. Because what that tells me, if you were with a damn Neanderthal snow puppy, then you're telling me, at the end of the day, you are trying to condemn black men to justify dating white. If you are an interracial dater, if you are a bunny hopper, then what you are telling me is your whole diatribe, your whole rant against black men driving a bus was a justification so you can date a white man. I hope that ain't the case. I hope that ain't.
So that's what Dr. Umar had to say. And you know how Dr. Umar is. He's going to get straight into it and straight onto it for you, okay? So he called her a couple names, but we're not going to get into the names that he called her. Essentially, he was saying that, you know, what she said the other day was a bit two-faced, because one minute she was putting down drivers and saying that, you know, that she wouldn't date you unless you own the bus. And then in the next breath, she tried to clean it up. And then when she tried to clean it up, she tried to make it about Black America not playing it small and settling for mediocrity, essentially trying to clean up the mess that she had made. And that's all Dr. Umar is doing right now, is calling her out for it and saying, hey, you can't have two tongues. You knew what you were doing in the first breath when you were putting down black men who drive the bus. So why now are you trying to clean it up and make it seem like it was something that it wasn't? You weren't being motivational. You were actually being disrespectful. And I can say that I had gotten the same sense, the same thing that Dr. Umar picked up from the interview, that she was being disrespectful in the first breath and trying to clean it up in the second breath. In the second time where she tried to like clean it up and say, oh, you know, I just don't want black Americans settling for mediocrity and, you know, all that other stuff. But nonetheless, that's what Dr. Umar has said, and he has spoken. I want to hear what you guys think about what Dr. Umar says. For me, I agree with him. I feel like essentially you want to be clear on what you're saying and make it clear, and not clean up something and make it seem as if that's not what people heard, essentially manipulating the public to make it seem like you said something that you really didn't say, because we can see right through it. So that's what I feel about it. But share your thoughts and comments down below if you're listening to this on YouTube, and if you listen to this through Apple Podcasts or Spotify. We'll talk next time. Laters.